In this video, we are going to show you how to use our checklist feature in our impact plan. So first, when you log in, you'll want to go to Impact up at the top of your dashboard and click on Checklists. And in this case, we don't have any yet, so we're going to go ahead and create one. So we can click here or here, create our first one. First thing you want to do is you'll make it active when you want to assign it to participants. So we can do that at the end of the beginning. So let's just say that this is annual CPR training, and you can write any kind of description you want. I'll just paste one in here. Assign it to where we want to assign it. So we can either assign it to all the groups. Account will be required to have this training. And I could even select then specific members of that group. So if there are only a few people who maybe need to have that training, then you could just select those people. So you've got a lot of options here. So I'll just leave it with all groups. And then I can come down here and set the expiration rules. So you can decide when this needs to be done in terms of frequency. Is it one time only? Is it periodic, like every 90 days? Is it annual, or is it let's say that somebody has a certain certification for something and it has a fixed date expiration. So in that case, you would want to come down here and click fixed date and put that date in here. Again, you have lots of options on how you can configure this. If we go back here and say periodic, then and probably a more typical one would be annual, and you could fix that date on starting today or when the person becomes a member. For example, if this was completed on the 26th of June, then every year on the 26th of June, then every year on the 26th of June, that would be the annual renewal date for this one. And then you can set reminders. So you can say, hey, you've got, maybe you set up 2 weeks beforehand, 14 days, and you could say, hey, thanks again for volunteering with us. Remember, you need to complete your CPR training within 2 weeks. So maybe you give them a month, whatever you want to say, but that would be before their fixed date or whatever process you set up here for expiration. So we will automatically calculate that and then set out that reminder. If you want to send out more, so maybe you've got another one that's 7 days out and hey, you just have a week left to get this done, that kind of thing. And then you could also add one afterwards, if maybe it's a day after, and say, hey, it has expired. You can't volunteer with us again until you get this taken care of, something like that. So have the annual CPR training here, how many reminders we're going to send out, and it's inactive. So I'm going to come back in here because I saved it without activating it. And now that is an active checklist. And if I refresh that again, we'll see that it's now active. And then you've got lots of sort options here by name and by active and inactive and the periodicity of where it is you have in your checklist. Okay, and then coming back in here to my Hoya, and if I'm looking at members, I can come in here and take a look, and I can take a look at a particular person. Now, if I click, its expiration is the following year. Okay, and then back here, checking another person, and then we'll go back to checklist, and we can see that this person is pending. So this person has not yet completed his training, but let's say that he has now, and we're going to put in the date that he finished it, and we'll update, and then we'll go back in and take a look at how that looks now that he's been updated. Clicking on checklist again, and we can see it was completed July 1st, and that expiration date is June 26th, which again is that fixed date that we had set when we were setting up the checklist. 6th of June each year. So that's it. You can have as many checklists as you want and use them in whatever manner suits your organization. Thanks for listening.